Right, we are live. We are live. We are live, guys. We are live for the Brazil versus Japan. Let's go. Kick off now. Let's see who goes. This is definitely going to be. This, I think, yeah, one of the clashes. I think of the tournament. But let's see what happens. I think Brazil obviously have improved since their disastrous first half performance against Morocco. But let's obviously see what goes on here. Thanks for obviously watching. You to like, subscribe to the channel, bottom right hand corner. And like I said, I think this is going to definitely be a test for the Brazilians. Paquetá's down, I think. Got a little bit of an issue, but I think he should be fine. But yeah, Japanese are going to be more feisty, more aggressive, and for me, I just worry about that Brazilian midfield. That's the thing that I am concerned. I mean, I love Cassie, Ryan though going forward. Ryan. You know, none of these teams are going to hold anything back, so that's what's good. Except for Casemiro, but wait. Oh, Gomez. And now, and Bruno is trying to run up the crowd. And it's wide. Oh, no, it's a corner. I didn't think it was a corner. Okay. Neymar, obviously not. If I recall, Neymar's not starting, is he? No. Casemiro, Gomez. I said he wasn't. I knew he wasn't going to. People, I said this in Hangout yesterday. Ancelotti is not going to change the lineup. He's not going to change the lineup. So if you want to get Neymar in this, who is he going to replace? Because he's not going to change the lineup. So, but good pressure, obviously, from well, Japan playing obviously a back 3-4-3. So, which is I think it's fair enough. An extra defender. I don't think I have any issue with the way that Japan are setting up either. Oh, and Japan minor referee's giving goal kick. I thought that was a minor, so I keep on saying Japan have got a tireless work rate, and that's fine, but they got to win because Cunha, unlucky. Cunha got to get up, man. I love you, Cunha. You got to get up. Come on, chase back. That's one thing about this tournament. Like none of these European, some can just easy fouls. Get up. If you don't get it, keep on going. Ooh, Suzuki gets away. Maybe he should have caught that. I think. Okay, but Brazil obviously starting with the more threat so far. Japan have got to defend deep for a bit. Tactical discipline, but do they have the ability to genuinely hurt Brazil? Let's see. Mm. Yeah. Going game rush. Good clearance away from Tomiyasu, the Arsenal man. Foul. Let's have a look. Momentard, commentators keep saying this is Brazil's first test, as if they didn't have the semi-finals of last year World Cup in their group. That is true. I don't quite understand that, but it just shows you the how people view Morocco still, or African football in general. I mean, it's not like, and it's not Morocco where like 100% amazing. They kind of dipped a little bit, but yeah, it is a little bit like I don't know really why people are dissing Morocco. Is he fun? But he's got it. I don't really understand that. But we'll see Morocco's caliber against the Netherlands because I think obviously they beat a Portugal and a Spain side last time. Difficult against France. Netherlands look good. So I think if Morocco beat Netherlands, then I think um I'm not saying you can't take them seriously, but I mean I think people will now see them being quite dangerous. Um Big up SSB. Brother Fabinho was already sweating on the bench 7 minutes into the game. I mean, so far from what I can see, because my worry in this game was that Japan were going to sort of swarm the midfield, but so far from what I can see, that's not been the case. Ancelotti's got his tactics right so far. Japan are defending quite deep and just allowing, so it seems to be going into more of a counter-attacking style where they're happy for Brazil to get the ball, let them do anything with it, and then they just want to wait and pounce and then counterattack, which okay, is fair enough. I'm not sure whether it's necessarily a good idea to give them the ball, but let's see. Let us see. Yeah, I expect Brazil to win today as well. Unlucky that Japan got this drawn around the 32, but I expect them to as well. Um, just so far from what I can see, it's but we'll see how the Japanese man changes it because so far it looks like they just. Expect Japan to get a bit more of the ball than they are now. Um, I get these. Yeah, they've got quite a lot of injuries out, which is I think a big problem. A lot of the star, but Matoma, etc., not playing. So that's obviously a big problem. Um, I think the biggest issue for Brazil was just that I think that first half against Morocco, um, they just look completely disorganized, just completely. I can't remember a time where I saw good ball, Paquetá, Gimrash, still alive for Brazil. Okay, pass back. Junior. But even if however, how many players getting jobs, I can only think of Kamada. It's not, but the thing is with Brazil, it's never been about that. It's been more about their team cohesion. Brazil taken quite a lot of L's, significant L's over the last couple of years against teams that they really should beat. Um, so that is the thing. I think a lot of people look at the Brazil team, you know, not it's not that they don't have the talented players, it's that like they've not really been able to gel in the last few tournaments, World Cups, etc. They've just not played well at all. Um, that was always my thing with Brazil. Are we able to get a balanced, cohesive sort of team? And so, while, for example, maybe you're right, maybe Japan, for example, might not. I think that I can't remember where they are, on what side they are on the draw, but I suspect it means that they might come across. I think they're on the side of the draw that Argentina are in. Okay. Well, cross in Japan away. Foul. So no. Rogers, Brazil struggles against European teams, not other continents. I'm trying to think. I mean, they struggled against Morocco. I mean, they struggled against Morocco. They definitely. I mean, I know it was a draw, but that first and the water break. I still think that water break thing. Had that water break not happened, Morocco, to be honest, would have won that game. I know they weren't that. It was 50-50 in a second, but I cannot remember a time in 30 to 40 minutes of football where I saw complete and total domination of a Brazilian side in the first 30 minutes of that Morocco game. That was just I was worried it was going to be four. So yeah, European teams and Morocco, I think. I just like I said, my just worry is the midfield in this. I think any team that has a functional midfield that can hold on to the ball against the Brazilian team will cook. Now I thought Japan can, but it feels like tactically the managers basically said, right, just give them the ball and just counter. Every time they're eliminated against, that's true. That's true. Um, Cunha, yeah, Brazil, England, Argentina, one side. Yeah, exactly. Big up atonement. Like Shinsuke, please, 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 please do. Well, we're out of way. Morocco is a borderline European team. That's beautiful. The whole team, bar one player, was born and raised in the West. Yeah, but you can say that about quite a lot of African um, teams right now. Like DR Congo, Senegal. Like a lot of those players are born in France, England, etc. So you still have to obviously have a structure, and they're still under the relevant FA who has to invest the money and all the rest of it. Oh, foul from Casemiro, yellow card, standard man. Oh, I knew it. Jeez, I told guys, man, about I love Casemiro, man, but he's not. He's got to be careful now because now he's got a yellow card after about 15 minutes. That's not good. That's not a good yellow to get, especially because Casemiro is not that slow. He needs to be careful. And to be fair, Casemiro is good. He doesn't have that many red cards, although we had the two, I think, and different reasons. So he should be okay. He's not enough, but he needs to be now. You've now got a situation with Casemiro on a booking who's already slow. He needs to be more careful. So it's not a good. Yeah, exactly. I've said this in understand Casemiro had a good season, listen, but he was good advancing forward, almost in a box to box role. But in the double pivot, he was getting bypassed at United, especially under Amram with Bruno being there. It just didn't work. That was always my worry. So yeah, it might not be exposed against with this Japan side, but against other better teams, it's going to be a problem. Um, Even against England, I think just purely because England have more physicality and pace in their midfield than Brazil do. So yeah, England, Argentina, Netherlands probably. Canada, that was a poor free kick corner though. Brazil double pivot is weak. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? It's tricky. Oh, R9 behind Infantino. Dealt with, gone. Kimura, gone. You see that person, simple stuff that change the team's fortunes. That's true. Yeah, that's the problem with, I think, from we with the Asian Confederation, because not just Japan. I mean, I think I was reading an article about it. I think the Asian Confederation as a whole needs to have a kind of a look at itself, um, because arguably Japan has been the best Asian Confederation performing team. Everyone else has disappointed massively. Maybe you could say Iran. Obviously the disruption, they didn't lose. You can give them a sort of a shout out. Um, Australia, we'll see. I mean, they're part of this sort of thing, but so, but whatever happens, the it's they've got to fix something, because how have you the World Cup numbers have increased, and yet somehow the Asian Federation got worse. I don't understand that. It should technically be easier, but it got worse. And potentially Japan and Australia might get knocked out in round 32. So yeah, Asia had only two teams advancing. Yeah, out of I think it was nine as well. Africa had 10 spots and Asia had nine, and then Africa had 9 out of 10 teams progressing. Asia had 2 out of 9, which is really bad, really really bad. Um, and if you look at the group that Tunisia qualified through, nah, I'm not saying Cameroon and Nigeria deserve to be at the World Cup, but Cameroon and Nigeria would have done better than Tunisia in that group. Much better. I think yeah. How Qatar are champs? Yeah, I don't know. It was bribery probably, but bribery probably. Yeah, a lot of it. But also, I think just because maybe certain players don't take it seriously because of the competition, and also overall the quality isn't from Asia hasn't actually been that great. If we're being honest, Iran would low key beat Canada. Oh yeah. Iran for me, Iran were unfortunate. Iran were unfortunate. That goal against Egypt, man. Oh, that's painful. Vinicius gets the ball. Tomiyasu crosses in, cleared. Pacatal kept in, cleared. Yeah, Japan are sitting too deep. They're sitting way too deep. This is why I'm saying this. I've not seen them play like this. Even against Netherlands, they weren't. Maybe they played a bit like this, but then I think when Netherlands scored, they sort of came out. Um, so maybe this is, like I said, it's the coach. This is the thing. Sit deep against the sort of like United. Sit deep against the in quote bigger teams and then counter. But that's all fine until you concede. So I think they need to not be sitting this deep. It's inviting too much pressure. Damn. Chelsea received 17 million compensation for Enzo Maresca. Wow. 17 million is a lot. So that tells me that clearly Man City poached this easily. So it was done in a dodgy way, but hey, Man City aren't going to get fined, are they? Anyway, I think it is. I think it is. Shout out to Oscar. He went for the bag. Cunha, he thought it was caught, but it's a goal kick. Let's see. What's it called? Uh, yeah, it's a foul. It's a foul. That's a foul. Come on. Yeah, that was a foul. Yeah, referee has bet on Japan. Yeah, Cunha is a serious. He is. Cunha is a serious baller. Hits him. Yeah, he is. He is. He's a baller. He's Brazilian. He's Brazilian. He's Brazilian. Like whatever you say about United, the attack help things. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Saul Goodman. Oh, big up. Big up. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Sorry about that. Had to help with the family. The family. Okay, Japan free kick. 27 minutes gone. 0-0. 0-0. Hit corner and away. And over. See. Yes, sir. He gets up and overheads and over. It's a chance. It is a chance. Yeah. This is the thing. It's like it's a little bit odd for me because I feel the Japanese are playing too deep. I might post this up because yeah, I mean lost it. Get up, okay. One back. Moting bus. Go. I didn't get click. What did I tell you? Quick, sharp pressing. I told you about Casemiro, guys. I said it. I said it. I said it, guys. They didn't believe me. I said it about Casemiro in this midfield. I said it. I said it. Hey, Maronta, I said it. I said it. I was like, I am worried about Casemiro in this two on pivots. And as soon as I literally just put, as soon as these guys need to stop going deep, breezes past Casemiro. No legs. Boom. Bottom corner net. 1-0. And clip this. I said it. No legs. I said, guys, I warned people. I said, as a United fan of Cena, he's been great. He's been great doing his boxes and going forward. He's been good at that. But if anyone who's watched Manchester United this season, when he's been in the double pivot against a competent midfield, especially if Mainu is been marked out of the game, he gets overwhelmed. With Agate, he was freaking useless. I warned people about Casemiro. I warned them. Let's see what Brazil do because they got to do something. There's some they got to do something. I he did he just didn't have the I I'm a Manchester I'm a Manchester United fan, guys. I'm a Manchester United fan, guys. I watched Manchester United this season with Casemiro in the midfield. I know what I'm talking about. Just because he's got Bruno next to him doesn't mean, if anything, Bruno Ramirez has less legs than Mainu. Mainu has more legs than Bruno Guimaraes. So what do you think? So what do you think is going to happen if you have someone who has less legs than Bruno against Casemiro? Anyway, it's still 1-0, and Brazil have the quality, so it doesn't get any better for Brazil. Look at their bench: Fabinho, Neymar. This team is old and picked up politics. Yeah. Like, it's not. Allison can't save that. There's nothing you can. So, well, to be honest, for me, I mean, let's see what happens. I still think that it's still early days. Brazil have got the quality to hurt, and it'll be interesting to see what Japan do. Are they going to basically just drop back and just defend, etc., and give the initiative? Because if they do that, I think Brazil. So it's not over, but a part of me feels vindicated because I did warn people about this before, about this midfield, whether it was against Morocco or others. You can't look at Haiti and Scotland and those performances and think, oh yeah, Brazil are gonna get to a semi, etc. It's Japan are really aggressive. I love it. Not letting Brazil do. Yeah, exactly. But for me, while I was looking so far, I was like the pressing, I felt that certain the first before the water break, Japan were giving Brazil too much respect. I was like, where's the pressing that I saw against the Dutch, for example? Now Brazil just need to get a goal before. I don't know how they got in each other's way there. What's that? That's stupid. But yeah, the bench for me because of what I mean, you've got Endrick, but Ancelotti doesn't rate him. Neymar is not going to do anything here. I'm sorry, he's not. He's not. Oh, Vinicius Junior, back guitar, still alive for Brazil. Can they conjure with good defending from Japan? And it's a good block. And now Japan on the break, on the charge again, but they lose it. And it's Vinicius Junior's gone out for a goal kick. The manager is an antique too. Yes. Bruno is slow as I could take it as a Newcastle fan. Yeah, and I mean I've watched actually as Magpies has watched it. I've seen it, yeah. I said so Bruno and Casemiro together, it's like I said, he was getting bypassed even with Mainu. Mainu is quicker. So for me, Brazil win it back. Japan given away by Japan. Brazil should punish them here. But they've got people back. Vinicius Junior. And Bruno's Guimaraes, it's just a lot. There's good defending. Now Japan won't want to concede again for the South, so but good clearance there. But neither will Brazil, to be fair. Okay, and Japan on the counter-attack now. Gabriel Guimaraes comes in and recovers. Remember Chelsea's Ramirez, fastest midfielder I've ever seen. That's true. I don't know what happened to him actually. It's the flamenco flag. I mean, let me see this bench, man. What did the Brazilian guys have? I still think Brazil are gonna score. The thing is the worry about if I'm Japan, I'm like, um, Fabinho is even slower than Casemiro, so that's a problem. And you've also got Casemiro's also on a yellow, so he can't even. He could have if Casemiro wasn't on a yellow, he could have actually fouled the Japanese guy, and he would have got a yellow there. That wasn't, but because he's already on a yellow, he can't do that. So that added to the problem. I have no doubt that he would have fouled him and not let him go through had he not been on the yellow. But because on the yellow, he can't do it, and that's so you see exactly the issue. Who do they have on the bench, man? Brazil. I mean, I don't know. I've not seen Edison at all, so I don't know what he's going to do. Neymar, Fabinho is not going to do anything. Danilo, I don't know. I mean, they don't have any. They only have two midfielders. Well, three: Edison, Danilo, and Fabinho. And Fabinho's definitely not going to do anything. Edison, I've not seen enough. Even though he's coming to United, and Danilo, I don't know. So, but anyway, there's still time. There's still time. Cunha, no gaps, but Brazil should find a way. Vinny's gonna do something. For me, Vinny's gonna do something. I say bring Edison. I mean, I've not seen him. I mean, probably you got to do something. The break. You got to do something about the Brazil midfield. Ancelotti needs to do something. As well, one back. You got to do something about the midfield. You have to do something with the midfield in the second half. And for me, you can't play Casemiro and Bruno. I would sub Casemiro off and then bring Edison on. Um, I mean, they shouldn't panic. It's still 1-0. So, and I still feel that Japan are giving Brazil a bit too much respect. So, it's not the end, but I don't know. I do think something needs to happen about the midfield. I don't know. I suspect Ancelotti isn't going to change it though. This is the thing, and so I don't know whether that's a risk. But I told you, man, don't. I mean, I said I was one of the people in the panel that said that I kept on saying I'm worried about this Brazil midfield, and no one listened to me. They were like, "Oh yeah, but the quality and the thing and the Neymar and all the rest of it." I was like, "Yeah, but I've watched Casemiro this you know, I mean, I'm a United fan. Like, I watched Casemiro. Like, he was great doing his box to box thing, getting headers and goals. No doubt about that. Don't doubt about that. But if you're putting him in a two-man pivot with someone who's also slow and Bruno Ramirez, it's gonna be tricky. He needs help, and he was on a yellow, so it doesn't surprise me that that happened. And if this was like if this was a more physical team, like say like a Morocco, Brazil may be down 2-0 now. or the Netherlands or something like that. A European physical team that sort of. So yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, Casemiro. I said I don't want to say any ill about because for me he tried his best at United and left in good terms. So, but I just think that if you're gonna play him there, you need to play him with someone who is quick and can compensate for that. Um, Japan throw 3 minutes. If I was Ancelotti, Casemiro was getting hooked off. Yeah, for me, the only reason I take Casemiro off for halftime, the midfield issue, being but also the fact it's on a yellow, because that is gonna slow him down. But then who do you play? Who do you play? Who do you bring? Because for me, Fabinho is a liability. Crossing by Japan. Oh, and Japan are getting a lot of second balls as well. Crossing again. Yeah, Japan are so well drilled. Yeah, but it goes to show you. I mean, they still might lose this game, but it goes. I mean, you can see them. They look at how many injuries Japan have. So it goes to show you when you actually have a plan and an investment, and your FA kind of actually have goals for your team. Then you can progress. You can play better. You can go toe to toe. The problem with South American and certain African Asian teams is that looks like a foul. Is an advantage. Okay, is that it just seems to be kind of talent. Even with how Cape Verde and Congo have been, like what is you know what is are they going to take that money and actually invest in the infrastructure to get the football better? I don't know. Oh, Nakamura, but poor again from Brazil, man. Poor Japan. The confidence now. I said they're now holding on to the ball. They're now holding on to the ball more. If Ancelotti loses this game, he's getting sacked. Yeah, probably. But is it Ancelotti's fault? Um, I don't know. Winning second balls, man. Look how fast it. Well, exactly the tenacity. Ito, it's a foul. Yellow. Kind of yeah. Yellow card. Yep. Come on, it. You know what we're doing. It's a yellow card. Yeah. Without the ball, Brazil are awful. I agree. Without the ball, Brazil are actually bad. But like I said, I still have hope because they got the quality. 4 minutes, goal kick. Yeah, mate. I wonder if Japan will also make a sub because they've got two central mids on yellows. So it will be interesting because if Japan go to 10 men, I don't care how skillful technical are, Brazil will overwhelm these guys. So they need to stay with 11. Yeah, the whole crowd is yellow as well, man. If Brazil get a second goal now, I'd start to be worried if I was a Brazilian. I have no idea what Brazil can do. They can get Japan to 10 men. That's what they can do. They can bring on. Let me see. Let's see how they're setting up. Let me have a look. Let's see the bench. I guess maybe you take off Casemiro. You will take off Casemiro because he's got a yellow card and he's slow. At least the Japanese guys that have yellow cards in Kamada and Sano have are quick. You got to take him off. Take him off for Fabinho just because of the yellow card. Bring on Edison, I think, and then remove. I think you need to revert to two up top. Replace Casemiro and Fabinho. Take off Ryan and bring on Edison. And then you can bring on I guess if you can bring on Neymar in the 10, replace Paquetá, put Neymar in, and then have Cunha and Vinicius up front as the two strikers. Maybe. Or possibly put Cunha in the 10 and put Endrick up with Benny Jr. For me, that's what they need. They need to have another striker up top. Yeah, Japan's playing up from the back. Thing is, up and running. Okay. Well done, Marquinhos. Marquinhos almost got done there. Go 3-5-2. You don't need 4 at the back right now. Yeah, that's true. And have 7. That's true. Brazil. Yep, good goal from Sano. It's half time. 1-0. Ancelotti's got a lot of work to do. I mean, yeah, 3-5. Yeah. So take off who? Take off one of the fullbacks. Or maybe take off one of the fullbacks. Danilo or De Santos, go to a back 3. You have to take up Casemiro though, because go all attack. You have to Marquinhos, Gabriel, De Santos, a back 3. Then put Fabinho there. Keep Bruno on. Bring on Edison. I don't know. They certainly need to bring on another. I just think the biggest issue right now is the Brazil midfield, and they don't really have a lot of creativity there. It's from what I've seen in the Brazil game, it just seems to be sort of defend deep and try and get it to Vinny Jr. and Cunha. That's it. Like, there's not really a lot of creativity coming from the midfield at all. For me, that is the biggest issue right now is the midfield. Of course, yeah. If they bring on like an Endrick or Name or something attacking, I think that would cause Japan a lot of pressure. And that might be the strategy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is hilarious. Take off Santos. Yeah. Take off Santos. I don't know what the literally the only thing I think it was that is just experience. That's why I'm not going to write out Brazil just yet. However, if Japan get the next goal, I think you should. I think if you're a Brazilian fan, you need to start getting worried. You need to start because Japan have shown they can drop deep into a low block and they're comfortable. They're okay. So, and Brazil have not really been able to show, in a defensively structured team that they can really do enough. I'm not hating Scotland; they're not defensively structured teams. I'm sorry that they're just not. If this Brazilian team had played up against maybe like a Cape Verde, for example, they may have struggled because there's no creativity. Creativity can't just be get the ball to Vinny and coming on the right and do something. Get the ball to Cunha, dribbling and do something. Like there's got to be more than that. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Right. We'll be back for the second half, guys. Don't go away. Okay, we're back. We're back. We are back. We are back for the second half. Let's see. Oh my goodness. What's this? Hey, my headset not working. So can you type in the chat, by the way? How are you? I'm doing well. Yes, okay, sure. That's helpful. Well, what can we do? I suspect there haven't been any changes. Is that fair? Unless I'm missing something. Oh, Lucas Paqueta's come off. For who? Endrick. Okay. Didn't even get to yellow card. Well, this is the thing. As soon as Japan break in pace, and they know how to draw the fouls, so Endrick is on. So he still kept Casemiro on. Okay, well, I mean, so I don't know, how does this work then? So what, you're playing a 4-2. Maybe you're playing a 4-2-1. I guess you take Lucas Part, you bring Cunha back into the 10, play Endrick on top, and then Ryan and Junior. I mean, maybe that helps. I still think that the midfield is a big issue, but okay, let's see. Interesting that he's not brought Neymar on. So Endrick is on. Ryan from Bournemouth as well. Yeah, Ryan. I mean, he had a decent start for Bournemouth, but I don't think this is a. Yeah, Paqueta is off, which is fair enough. I didn't think he was doing much, but like I said, oh, and but like I said, you've not fixed. In my opinion, you've not fixed the midfield. The midfield is still an issue. Look at that. Jeez, my goodness. And Brazil coming down. Too easy. Too easy, Brazil. But this is what I'm saying. It's like that sub for Endrick. I don't know what that. I mean, obviously, Paquet has not been good, but I don't think that really changes anything. But anyway, let's see. Some of this, the way that Japan are able to just get quickly in behind, it's just too easy. I mean, you've already had obviously the Korean coach resign after a disappointing World Cup. Guimaraes, good tackle, bring it forward. Okay, good pass, but it's cut out. Tomiyasu, good defending there. Good tackle again. Hold up, Vinicius Jr. on the right. Guimaraes, Bruno. Japan enough bodies back though. Casemiro. Gabriel comes in. Cleared. Gomez off. Good save by Suzuki. Close. Danilo, good ball in. It's a good save. I mean, it does go at him, but that's at least probably the first clear opportunity Brazil have had. Just Junior. Okay. Cleared. Bit of pressure from Brazil now. This is better, but there's got to be more urgency now. Ryan. Oh no! How did it not go in? How? And now Japan on the break here. Cross it. Oh, that's a terrible cross from Japan. Come on, that's a terrible cross. How did that not go in? I think it's Tomiyasu. It's honest. It just hits Tomiyasu on his shoulder. Yeah, it's nowhere near the line. He doesn't know too much about it. Tomiyasu just stands still, clears it. But to be honest, Japan on that counterattack should have scored if they made the better decision making. It was like 5-on-2 or something. But Brazil, this is much better from Brazil now. Much better. Brazil and Japan having to withstand a little bit of pressure. Douglas Santos. Yeah. Brazil can get something here if they keep pressing. Right. Then this Gabriel crosses in. And Casemiro scores and doesn't miss this time. And he makes up for it. And it's 1-1. Brazil back in the game, and the pressure was coming. And it has been coming. Japan have not really had a response. And Casemiro makes up for the mistake of being bypassed. Poor finish for decision making for Japan that could have punished them to make it 2-0. But he's changed the shape. Ancelotti onside. No chance. And we've seen Casemiro get important headers for Manchester United this season. He gets back them, and it's a good head, cross head, boom. We've seen that at United. That is what he was doing at United. 1-1. That was the good at United. That was the good. Casemiro header. Where have we seen that before, man? Casemiro. Yeah. So close. Japan, I think. Oh, yeah. Brazil of what? Oh, nutmeg. Vinicius Jr. Jeez. Tomiyasu. Vinny. And it's a good save. Wow. If that had gone in by Vinny, that would have been one of the best goals of the World Cup ever. That was insane from Vinny there. He literally left them all for dead. Absolutely nutmeg Tomiyasu. Got him gone. All gone. Gone. Boom. Bam. And it's a save from it's a brilliant save from Suzuki. It's a brilliant save from Suzuki. Brilliant. And Japan are in big trouble now, I fear. The momentum is purely just with the Brazil. Just long as Casemiro stays on the field, and by that I mean as in the Brazil don't go to 10 men. But Japan can counter. Oh, they both got into away. Got to wake up. And Japan, they're starting to get a little bit frustrated. You can see the frustration and the ill discipline is coming in a little bit. Yeah. Exactly. That could have been like, and this is again the problem when you play so deep. Japan started this half the same way as the beginning of the first half. If they'd actually pushed up when the ball came in, Casemiro would have been offside, but they didn't. They stood so deep. Roberto Carlos and R9, man, are literally like, come on, guys, we can't go out here. But that Vinny run was, if Vinny had scored that goal, you would just have to been like, yeah, this is Vinny's team. Vinny and Guano. Big up Ancelotti, man. Big up Ancelotti, because he, at the end of the day, he changed this. He changed this. Yeah, I like the front three. I like it as well. I mean, I think I would suspect from now no more Paqueta. I think. Um, this is not going to be all square after 90 minutes. This is going to be finished in extra time. This is going to be finished in normal time. This is going to be finished in normal time. And right now it's Brazil. Yeah, too deep. Too deep. Oh, yeah. It's still just Japan have still got that little threat and counter with Brazil. So it'll be interesting to see how things go as the game goes on. Be interesting. But Brazil are in the mood. They are in the mood now. There's some Jogo Benito going on here right now. They are in the mood. This is almost like what happened against. Well, I mean, they didn't play this well. They played better in the second half against Morocco, but Ryan, Cunha, Ryan, cross in by Ryan. Suzuki comes and saves. Japan have got to do something to. They've got to win it because I don't trust them in penalties. I think that's how they got knocked out last time. They got knocked out on penalties in the last World Cup, and they weren't good penalties. Oh, Japan on the attack here. Goal, spilled it. Ah, yeah, bro, you're not going to score from there. Not sure whether that was the best course of action, though. This is where experience and maturity comes in. When you're down, how do you come back? The problem with some of this sort of the underdog dark horse teams is that they don't have that. But we'll see. It's 1-1 still. Neymar Martinelli warming up. So Brazil might they're gonna go for it. If Japan had made it 2-0, they again a ruthless team after that goal mouth, they go through, they've got 5 on 2 or 3, and they just sort of didn't. You have time placing it, passing around to score. They didn't do it. Cunha's coming off for Martinelli. Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure about that, but oh well. I'm not sure about that, but okay. I'm not sure. Okay. I assume there'll be a water break coming up soon. Martinelli warming up advantage. Yeah, I don't know about that, but let's see. I said Casemiro was, but well, no, I said Casemiro was slow and shrinking back, and I stand by that. However, I also said Casemiro, what we saw was good doing that box to box midfield and scoring headers, which he did. So today you've got the best and worst at Casemiro, but Japan, well, they've had opportunities on the break, but I'd be interested to see if Brazil do get through this, how they go up against an England man. Let's have a look at the. I want to have a look at the Martinelli. Yeah, ooh, playing Martinelli is like having one less player, and I'm an Arsenal fan. Um, Martinelli as a 10, or are they minus or 10, or are they playing two up top with Endrick and Martinelli? I think that's what they're doing, from what I can see. Japan are too deep, man. They're as it water breaks them. They're too deep. Yeah, it's nothing. They're playing too deep. That was how they conceded the goal. Like I said, that once they actually came out and pressed, they got the goal. But the manager's tactic of sort of okay, he's almost agreeing we drop back and stuff like that. It's now will this water break be? Will the water break be bad for them? We'll see. It might help the midfield recover a bit. But I think like tomorrow's game, there's another goal in here somewhere. There's another goal in here somewhere. I don't think this is going to go to extra time. If it does, and Japan, I'd be worried because although Brazil don't have the quarter point, I think they've got more pace and depth. Will they lose momentum? Um, I have a friend who lives in Taiwan. Game starts at 7 a.m. for him, so he could catch every game. Bones Moko is past my bedtime. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These are good times for the Asian and American contingent, but not European, obviously. Netherlands, Morocco. Well, be interesting to see. Jeez, this Vinny Junior goal, man, sits them down. Sit down. Sit down. Oh, that needs to be a goal. It's a really good save from Suzuki. Yeah. Japan, I like Andrew Nasus. Yeah, Andrew's because he's a coach, he's good. Japan are sitting way too deep. So for me, if Japan are going to win this game, they need to do what they do when they got the first goal: press up, push up a little bit, and just trust in their back line. They're be a bit brave. Ancelotti did change it up, but and that's the difference between the two managers. Ancelotti's changed it up. The Japanese manager has not, and that's what could cost them. You have to be tactically adapt as a manager because so far it's 1-1. There's not a difference between these two teams, but they've been so deep. If they weren't deep, push up a bit. Old Cross comes in, push up. That Vinny for me. That Vinny goal needs to be a goal, man. But yeah, the counter attack from Japan is always there, but still. Hendrick, Vinny. Cleared. They can't get out because Japan are too deep. I think this is going to go to Brazil, man. This is going to go to Brazil. Japan just are they're just far too deep. The only regret is I wish this was a round of 16 or quarters match. That my only issue with a lot of these round of 32 fixtures, you look at some of the fixtures, you're like, these round of 32 fixtures should actually be round of 16 or quarter games. Good header, but it's a corner. But and not round of 32 games. You know, you got Netherlands and Morocco, Japan, and these guys are going out. And yet you've got some other round of 32 games where you're like, right, okay, like yesterday, South Africa and Canada. There are going to be a couple of round of 16 games that I think are going to be baptisms, is what I'm going to say because of this. But you know, it is what it is. Steered away, cleared. Yeah, I still think Brazil need to improve. They definitely need to improve. But 15 minutes left. I wonder if both teams will take the sting out of it. Hendrick has helped, but not much. Now I'm gonna go hold that. See, look at the knockout path again. Oh, Netherlands Morocco is 2 a.m. Damn. It's Germany Paraguay at 9:30. Do I really want to watch Germany Paraguay? I'm not sure. Martinelli, Duncan Santos cleared. Oh no, not cleared. And Martinelli and it's wide. Where's Japan, Brazil again? Yeah, whoever wins this game is going to play. I mean, see, this should be a round of 16 or quarters game, but whoever wins this game is going to face the winner of Ivory Coast and Norway. So, in a way, whoever wins this is going to the quarters because I think both of these teams are strong enough to beat Ivory Coast and Norway. Ivory Coast don't have better finishers. Norway have Haaland, sure, but defensively they're crap. They're defensively Norway not good. So whoever wins this game they're literally in the quarters. They're in the quarters, as far as I'm concerned. The round of 16 game should be easy. So if you're Japan, this is your opportunity to get to a quarterfinal for Asia. They're effectively Asia's hope. England, I don't know about England, but they've got Congo and then the winner of Mexico, Ecuador. I would assume they're also in the quarters as well, and then they will face the one in that path, which would be Brazil. But to be honest, maybe I'm hyping England too much, but from what I've seen of Brazil and Japan, with what England have, especially because both of these teams not low blocky type teams, I would think England should be able to beat these two guys, and they're in through, and no, it's not. Because Argentina, on the other hand, have a dead ass quality. Argentina, as far as I'm concerned, are in the semis because they're beating Cape Verde, they're beating the winner of Australia, Egypt, and then which is the round of 16, and then the quarters they'll be facing the winner of Colombia. Well, whether it's Algeria, Switzerland, Colombia, so probably be Colombia, and they'll probably just edge out Colombia. So they're in the semis as well, and they'll be facing, in my opinion, it's either England or whoever wins this game. An England Argentina semi-final would also be quite interesting, I think. I don't want to hype these guys up because England have their problems, but it would definitely be interesting. Yeah. We're not. The water break did Japan a favor. Yeah, it did. I think it just took the sting out of the Brazilian team. But even still, they're still playing. Japan is still playing too deep. Still playing way too deep. You know, Japan don't have an outpour right now. Just coming back, coming back, coming back. So that's why I feel like Brazil, like they've literally. I mean, look at the stats. Um, hmm. I mean, Japan have made one, two, three. They made four subs. Nakamura, Kamada. I mean, they're taking Nakamura off, man. The quality. You know, you got Casemiro that's still on the yellow. You should be trying to like Casemiro is still playing. You know, as is Danilo. So you should be trying to at least target those guys. Unnecessary fouls, etc. That's what experienced Supreme team would do. You target them, so they get another yellow. They get another yellow. Wide. Yeah, Brazil 16 shots, Japan 5, 6 shots on target. Brazil to Japan's 2. Brazil 6% possession. I'm surprised Japan have that much possession, 40%. I fully hope. It's kind of quieting down a bit, to be honest. Both teams probably tired, made subs. They're going to have to, but they look like they're going to concede, to be honest. I don't think anyone can complain if they do. Corner to Brazil. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius. 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 Gimarush. And that's bad. Martin on the floor. Oh, get up, man. Jeez. What? What's happened? Brunji. I didn't think so. I didn't think so before the water break. Now, probably both Brazil have now themselves started to slow down. And I don't understand. Like, I thought what I've noticed with the ref is that this whole if you go down, get off. So I don't really understand that they started it with like people going down for a bit and stuff, and then well, good ball, minor. Obviously, whoever scores next is winning the game. There's no doubt about that. I don't think enough, but Shino coming. That's a poor cross. Tanaka was poor. Suzuki comes and clears it. Suzuki. Shout out to the brother Suzuki, man. He's basically kept Japan in this game. I think he's been Japan's one of Japan's best players. Shout out to Zion Suzuki. I wonder if this goes to pens. If it goes to pens, I'll be worried about the Japanese. I don't know how good better they've been at penalty taking. Suzuki looks like he could save some penalties, but and Allison is not great at penalty shootouts. But it gets away. Got 2 minutes of additional time. Vinicius. Wide. It's a corner. Japan again under, but they've been under pressure the entire half. And I think no. Martinelli clears back. Oh, Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. Tanaka. Well done, Tanaka. But Vinicius wins it back. Vinicius crosses in, and Zan saves. And Japan trying to come out. Again, ball out. Shugawa's got space. Oh, good. Skips away. I need to cross it in now. You can. It's not good enough. But Japan has still got it. Why is he passing it back? Suzuki tries to steer it in away in Brazil. For Marquinhos, well played. A bit of late Japanese pressure. .6 minutes of additional time. Still enough time as we saw with Canada yesterday, getting the goal in the 92nd minute. There's still time. And Casemiro is down. Yep. Can't play Casemiro for any longer than that. Fabinho's on. Whether that's a good or bad thing or not remains to be seen. Do Brazil actually score if Casemiro doesn't head that ball? I'm curious. But for that header, do Brazil score? I don't know. I mean, maybe. They've definitely looked better. I think this goes to extra time. Oh, Endrick. Martinelli center. Endrick. Corner. Good defending. Yeah. Last minute. Whoever scores next is probably going to win the game. If not, extra time. Not sure what that was. Yeah, Fabinho is not Casemiro, man. Where's Neymar? Do you get Neymar on? Well done, Gimmich has had a good game overall. I think. Yeah, actually has a good game. But no, this is all on the Japanese manager, man. Like, I think Japan could have got something from this half, but I don't know what happened. I don't know why. Maybe it's they've not experienced being against Brazil. The typical, we need to protect what we have. We need to protect what we have type of scenario. But it was when they were adventurous that they got the goal. They've been too deep this half, and I'm surprised they've not been punished more. Like we've seen already in this tournament that defensive teams against better attacks are not going to do anything. Oh, Riot, Bruno, and Martinelli scores. That's it. In the last minute, just like in the game. And they've come back from behind and they do it. And it's Gabriel Martinelli breaking Japanese hearts. Too deep. Too deep. I did say it wasn't going to go to extra. I did say it was going to go to extra, man. Too deep. I feel bad for the Japanese, but on the balance of the second, the Brazil deserve it. They were too deep. Look how many defenders are there. Look again. Holding back. One touch, boom. There's a touch from Suzuki, but it's too much power. Much better in the second half, deserved. Too deep. And shout out to Brazil. I'm sorry to Japanese, like it's not Suzuki or it's It's not your fault. I'm sorry. The coach, because it's the coach. Shout out to Brazil. They done it. They did it. But I'm sorry. You were too deep. You were too deep. And that comes from the manager. That this Japanese performance, second half, is on the manager. And this is not me. I wanted Brazil to win, but like I was just amazed that like in this first half how deep Japan were. The first goal again, same thing again. Cross. There's four of them back. Step up. Step up. There was no way that you could keep pinging on the ball, dropping, be giving the ball to Brazil, and they weren't gonna like. The frustrating thing, and this isn't just Japan. I've seen it in this tournament. Other things as well, is that gone are the days. This idea that you can just against better quality opposition that have good attackers, you cannot just keep on giving them the ball, and expect them to happen. It's just not. And it's over for Japan, man. It's over. Soccer punch. It's over. No worries. I'll show about Martin. Well, he got his G. Casimir once he got their G. Now, no, but I want to say I feel for Japan, but I can't really. I can't really because this is tactical. Nah, ask the boys can, but I can't. I can't. This is purely tactical. They could have pressed, they could have done something, but they didn't. Japan defended good, but when they had the ball in the second half, they didn't create. No. It's you can. No, I won't even see it because you could defend well, but so now Japan have no outlet at all in the second half, at all. They would come out and then they would just lose and then the ball there was no outlet, and they in this first half, especially after before the water break, they pressed Brazil forward, and that's how they got the goal. This half, it was cowardly. I'm sorry, it was cowardly. They just gave Brazil possession and then just sat back. That's how they concede the goal. If they step up, Casemiro is offside. Yet you had four defenders deep and he's onside and they get the goal. The same thing happened here. How do you have four are back? No, it's not likely. It's over. Yeah. Game over, unlucky Japan. Japan could have won this game, not with those tactics. They couldn't. Not with the tactics. They could have, you're right. They could have won this game, but not with those tactics. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. You cannot. The age of coward football is over. I'm sorry, it's over. Like, and African teams, other teams should listen. If Morocco play Netherlands today and they do that like Japan do, they're going home. I don't care if you got Gakpo up front or bottom Bradley, because obviously not as talented as them, but they're going home. And I feel bad. Yes, I wish they'd not drawn against Brazil. They would have had a thing. They could. I feel bad for them. I do. But to be honest, Brazil deserved to win, man. Based on second opponents alone, Japan offered nothing. They offered nothing. They offered nothing. And that for me, that comes from the coach. There's no way. I mean, I talk about England. There's no way England are going to be dropping that deep against Brazil. There's no way even African teams are going to drop that deep against Brazil. Morocco didn't. Japan learned nothing from the Netherlands game. No, they didn't. That's why I don't buy any of this. Oh, unlucky Japan. No, Japan with this, Japan with that. No. This is high level football now. This is knockout football now. We're not in sentimentalities now. When you get to knockout football, because the reality is that had they won this, they probably beat either Ivory Coast, Norway, and they're through to quarters. They're through to quarters. You know, they stopped pressing in this game. You had geriatric Casemiro and Bruno G, and you stopped pressing. You just gave them the ball. I was like, are these guys not fit? Are they worried about pace? Yes, Carlo made changes. Big up Carlo, bring up Endrick on taking that bumper cat off. Big up Carlo. Carlo made the changes. Carlo made the tactical changes. The Japanese manager did not. I did not see anything in that game suggest that the Japanese manager adapted. He didn't. You got pressure from the team. Get an out ball. I know Japan had injuries. You know, maybe if Matoma's fit and Pru brought out to Matoma, you do something. I don't know. But you know, this is not the 2010s where a good defensive block is gonna this World Cup is showing this is attackers tournament. This is an attackers tournament. So whatever team you are, if you're gonna go into a low block, yes, Cape Verde did their thing, but that was because Spain's attack was brickish and Yamal wasn't playing. If Yamal played, I think Spain actually beat Cape Verde. Like, this is an attackers tournament. And there was that one point. The irony is that before the first goal that went off the post, Japan broke 5-on-2 or 3. They're in the box, and the guy who's got it makes a terrible cross. There's composures, 5 of them. One pass, 2 pass, and it's goal. And if it's 2-0, I think they probably win the game. Because the confidence, the momentum, Brazil go over bro. There's more space. They can counter. It's fine, but they didn't. So congrats to Brazil, man. Unlucky to the Japanese, but like at some point, these Asian nations, because I'm gonna be honest with the Asian Federation, it's not good enough. Like it ain't good enough. Like 2 teams out of 9 in the Asian Federation, and Japan. Like I'm not again. It's Brazil. I get it. But this is not a great Brazil team. This is not a great Brazil team. Let's keep it a stack. I think this Brazil team loses to Netherlands, to England, to Spain, probably to Argentina, to France. Definitely, this Brazil team will be sacrificed by France. If this Brazil team were to face France, they would be sacrificed. Sacrificed. So this is not a top Brazil team. But they go again, but they've got to change. And they've got to be more adventurous, man. It's more painful because obviously they were ahead and they went behind, but no team sitting at the back with no outlet. Exactly. Not of this level. Nah, I don't. The head coach of Japan needs to be sacked, man. Sorry, I'm gonna tweet this. There's a way. There's a there's a way. I think people need to confuse. There's a way to defend that doesn't mean that you're playing so deep. Like a good example is when Cape Verde played against Uruguay. I know they conceded 2 goals, but there is a way to be compact as a team and not have enough space, and at the same time to go to cause problems to go forward. But what I would say is that at the end of the day, the quality that Brazil had, I mean, the Endrick sub clearly made a difference. Paqueta is useless. He probably shouldn't play again. Um, Endrick helped. Endrick did help. He did help. It's not soon. Look up Japan's XG. Yeah, but I let me know what it is. I'm sure it's probably bad. I'm sure it's probably bad. I'm sure it's really, really bad. Endrick, the substitute, whatever Ancelotti did, it helped. Casemiro tightened up a bit, got the goal, obviously. But, I feel bad for the Japanese, but at the same time, I don't feel bad. Because one thing the Asian Federation has to learn is that if it's going to copy European football, then it needs to copy current European football, not European football a decade ago. Right? Either commit to your own style as a nation or see what European or top level football is now. And from what you can see, just look at the Champions League this season. Look at the Champions League final, guys. Arsenal defensive, giving PSG the ball, curling up. What happened? Yes, it was 1-1. They went first. They conceded. They Arsenal scored a goal, gave PSG the possession, sat back. They kept on knocking. Eventually, PSG got a penalty, and then penalty shootouts. PSG win. We're not in this era of it's a risk. I'm sorry. At least if you go out and attack and do something, if you concede, fine. You at least went and give it a go. But if you do that, then nah. Nah. They'll probably beat. Let this be a warning to any African as well. Don't sit back and defend like this. Yeah, Morocco aren't gonna. I would imagine. I'm gonna hope with Morocco and Netherlands. Morocco aren't gonna do that against Netherlands. I'd be very. If Morocco do this against the Netherlands, they deserve to go home. Morocco should not do this against the Netherlands. Okay, Ivory Coast against Norway shouldn't do it because Norway's defense is terrible. Norway's defense is terrible. All right, so the Ivorians should definitely not sit back against Norway. Morocco should definitely sit against the Netherlands. I don't know who else has got about who else is. I mean, Congo against England and Cape Verde against Argentina. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Cape Verde, it is what it is. Like, let's. I don't think anyone, even if they sit back or attack, I don't think anyone give those guys a chance. It is what it is. But I'm gonna do a match reaction as well. So make sure you like, and subscribe to the channel Bottom Hall if you're new. Let's look at this knockout. Obviously, Brazil through. Who else? Egypt. Well, I think Egypt are gonna beat Australia anyway, so they're fine. But then they will face probably Argentina in a round of 16 and probably lose. Algeria against Switzerland. I actually have no idea about Algeria versus Switzerland. That sounds like quite a dead game. I don't actually know. But they should go for it. And Ghana and Colombia likewise. I don't think Ghana. But the thing is, Carlos Queiroz, the Ghanaian coach, is he. At least with Ghana, I know Carlos Queiroz. That's what he's gonna do. So I don't expect him to do anything because that's who he is. But everyone else, you got to do something. Otherwise, just expect to go home. If this Brazil team plays France, Netherlands, they minimum, yeah. But the thing though is that based on the path, like let me just share this tab. Obviously, this is the path we've got here. Obviously, Canada through. Brazil. Hopefully, everyone can see this. Brazil faced obviously the winner of Ivory Coast Norway, which will still be a good game. Obviously, I think Ivory Coast will definitely give a physical. I think Brazil would still win because they've got better attackers and better finishers. But Ivory Coast, at least physically and athletically, can cause some problems. Norway, I think, if they get through this, they get alluded to Brazil. They are. And then in the quarters, they face probably England. I think England will get through DR Congo and the winner of Mexico, Ecuador. So it will probably be. It probably will be England, actually. Yeah. It'll be England in the quarters. They'll probably face England in the quarters at this rate, and then I don't know. I don't know. I can't call that game. I need to see how England play against Congo and then also against Mexico, Ecuador. I think that round of 16 would help. If England can dominate Congo and control the Mexico Ecuador game, I think that Brazil will be an interesting game, especially because a lot of the England players obviously know and have played with the Brazilian players. Menu, they know, and that midfield. I still think that midfield of Brazil is a problem. No dark horse is going far. No. Because let's see. Because I think if Morocco for me were a dark horse because they did get through to a World Cup semi last World Cup, so I think it's reasonable to call Morocco a dark horse. If Morocco get through Netherlands, if Morocco get through Netherlands or whoever get through Netherlands, are Netherlands a dark horse? You could say Netherlands are dark horse because no one had Netherlands winning the World Cup before as a favorite. So you could argue Netherlands are dark horse as well. But these two teams, because whoever's winning this team, because I'm sorry, whether it's Netherlands or Morocco, Canada getting slapped. I'm sorry. Whoever it is, whether it's Netherlands or Morocco, Canada are getting slapped by one of these two teams. Canada, shout out to you. You got through to round of 16. You're not going any further against Netherlands and Morocco. So one of these two teams is already going to be in the quarters, and then they're going to face probably the winner of France or Germany. It's probably what's going to happen. Arsenal, yes. Shout out to Arsenal with 26-27. Hope we get it done this time, man. No, they did come through. Martin did his thing, man. Although, Cassie, there you go. He did his thing. He did his thing. What about Tomiyasu, though, man? It's not a tournament for dark horses. DR Congo means, yeah, they do. They're not going. The only thing, I guess, with DR Congo is that, you have Wan-Bissaka and Twansibi who can, defensively cause a few problems. And you've got Wissa who's good on set pieces. So they've got that. But I suspect again they're going to be defensive. And England have struggled to break down low blocks. But then they have. Well, not against Ghana, I guess, but I'm suspect at some point so they would have gone through anyway. So Arsenal fans coming out of the caves again. Colombia to me is a close to a darker source. That is true. For me, Colombia and Morocco right now, maybe Netherlands, because again, no one really said Netherlands were actually going to win the tournament. A dark horse for me is a team that is not a favorite to win the tournament, but could win it. That's a dark horse. So Netherlands and Morocco for me before the World Cup, the five were Argentina, France, Argentina, France, Spain, England. I think Portugal were there. I don't want to say, and also it's difficult to say that, for example, Germany is a dark horse because Germany have won a World Cup before. So I wouldn't also call a team a dark horse if they won the World Cup before because that doesn't make any sense. That's why even though I don't think Germany will win the World Cup, I wouldn't see them as a dark horse. Whereas Netherlands haven't, Morocco haven't, which is why I call them a dark horse. Outside from that, no one else, unless you can count the USA. Because if the USA, as you can see, beat Bosnia, they probably beat Belgium or Senegal. Then they're in a quarterfinal against one of Spain or Portugal. And as much as I say the US, could USA versus Spain or certainly against Portugal. Although I don't see Portugal getting through. I mean, they might get through Croatia to be honest, but I don't see Portugal necessarily getting through Spain. But if they do, it's so USA have a path. There is a path. So dark horse, United States, based on the path, they've got a chance. Based on their path, they've got a chance. They've got a chance. They definitely have a chance, man. Right, we're probably not going to be live for Germany. I need a bit of a break. We're not going to be live. I'll post my reaction in a sec. We are. We probably. Yeah, I'm not going to go for Germany, Paraguay. I mean, shout out to Germany, Paraguay. I need a break. I need to check on my wife and kid. So but we will, and also I want to probably I definitely want to watch Morocco Netherlands. I really want to. So I'm gonna probably rest, sleep, get some rest, and wake up to watch Netherlands Morocco because that's gonna be a game. So thanks everyone for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, Red Devil Studio X. We're also on Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Have a nice day, guys, and cheers. Peace, peace, peace.